8:45, kind of a special edition of Dano this morning. We're getting into the science of tornadoes after that devastating outbreak over the weekend. And we watch this and it's just, I don't even have words anymore for what we've seen so far.
You know, Russell, when we woke up Saturday and over the weekend, and especially yesterday, there are a lot of questions. People had a lot of questions about this. How rare is this? How much warning time do they get? Well, let's talk about it. Number one, the U.S. averages about 24 tornadoes each December. They're usually pretty weak. So, again, you don't hear a lot about them, and they're typically in the deep south, you know, Mississippi and Alabama, places like that. They're not typically farther to the north like they are in Kentucky, for instance. The last time there was an EF4 tornado in December was 2015, so really not that long ago. But the last time there was an EF5, and I put both these numbers on there because at this time, we don't know whether that Mayfield, Kentucky tornado is going to be a 4 or a 5. Doesn't really matter. It doesn't matter what the classification is. But this will show you how rare an EF5 in December is. 1957 was the last time that would happen. Now, we've also been talking a lot about the path of this, which started in Arkansas and going perhaps over 200 miles. Well, the record path for a tornado was the Tri-State tornado in 1925. And that went 219 miles. So again, the National Weather Service is going to take their time looking at all this data to determine what all of this means. Now, in terms of the actual Mayfield tornado, one thing you have to understand, there was a cold front coming in, a tremendous amount of warm air. It was one of the warmest Decembers on record in Kentucky, and that whole area, by the way. Plus, with a jet stream on top of them, there was an incredible vertical wind shear and instability. We can look at that with computer models, and there was one instability index in general. We call it helicity. You don't have to worry about what it's called, but that one was just off the chart. Like, the colors were off the chart, the numbers were off the chart. Storm Prediction Center was honed in on this. They knew this was happening. At 9:04 Central Time, the Paducah National Weather Service issued what they call a PDS, a particularly dangerous situation with a tornado warning. They saw it working its way into their warning, their county warning area. At 9:24 Central Time, they issued a tornado emergency for Mayfield. It hit about 7 minutes after that. So in essence, they had a good solid 20 to 25 minutes warning. But folks, remember this, it's nighttime. Okay, if I tell you you're sitting at home, there's a tornado headed to your town, it's nighttime, you got 15 to 20 minutes, you're not going anywhere. You're likely just going to hang where you are. And then this tornado goes right over their town. It was so strong that debris was vaulted some 37,000 feet into the air. Let's look at the origin of this tornado, and you can see it here on the radar. As we get closer and closer to the Mayfield area, which is here, you see that there's the tornado as it comes through. And then after it moves through, you pick up an even stronger signature, a debris ball from all the stuff that it picked up in the Mayfield area. So again, we'll let that run through. Let me let it through one more time. Here's the Mayfield area, and you can see it just went right across and along Interstate 69, right through Mayfield, and then up to Benton as well. If this had gone 20, 30 miles to the north, nothing would have happened in Mayfield. So that's just the unfortunate part of it. And let me show you some video as well, because obviously this is the scariest video I've seen. Watch when the lightning happens. Okay, and you can see this large wedge-like tornado. Maybe it's not this video, it's another one that I saw. Just working its way, barreling toward that part. This is a dual tornado, so they're also trying to figure out whether these are family. There it is right there. See that? That is the tornado that went through Mayfield. That is at least an EF4, if not a 5, coming through at night in December in, you know, in a situation that doesn't normally happen. So very rare to get one this strong and that far north, but just not rare in general to have tornadoes in the United States in December. And of course, this is what it left behind. You can see the scarring, Russell, the scarring on the ground from satellites of this 200 perhaps mile plus trail that it left. This was just an unfortunate set of all the wrong things coming together at the wrong time. That's really what it comes down to. You know what I mean? And unfortunately, you know, for the Mayfield area, for Benton, and many other areas too, that wasn't the only tornado. This was the largest one, but there were other ones, like one that went through Bowling Green as well. The conditions were absolutely perfect, unfortunately, in that spot. And that's the way it all set up. But, you know, a 20 to 25 minutes warning time, that's good. Because back when I first started in this business, when you first started in this business, you'd barely get 5 minutes warning.
Yeah.
So we're improving on that time. But if I'd given you an hour, what were you going to do?
Yeah.
Probably just going to stay put, which is what everybody did anyway.
Thank you. Thanks for the lesson.
Yeah.
Sprite.